I, 32M, am still trying to wrap my head around the sheer audacity. You think you know someone. 4 years together, living in my place for the last 2. Her name is Lisa, 29F. Lately, things have felt off. Not bad, just a subtle shift I couldn't pinpoint. More nights out with the girls, more texts from a new work friend, Thomas. Always Thomas. It started small. Lisa would be on her phone, smiling, then quickly tap it off if I walked in. Late-night crisis calls from Thomas about work projects that apparently could only be discussed at 11 p.m. When I gently ask, just trying to understand who this new important colleague was, it was always the same. Lisa, oh my God. Richard, he's just a friend. From the marketing team. We're on a big project. You're being paranoid. Me? Okay, sorry. Just a lot of late calls. Lisa, it's work. Do you want me to lose my job? Stop being so insecure. That insecure jab always got me. Made me second-guess myself. So I back off. Apologize, even. Rinse and repeat for about 2 months. My gut was screaming. The feeling when you know something's up, but you can't prove it, and you're being made to feel like you're the crazy one. The final straw was when she announced a work retreat for a weekend. Mandatory, with Thomas, of course, and others. But when I asked for details, like the hotel or itinerary, just casual interest, she got super defensive. Why do you need to know everything? Don't you trust me? That night, I didn't sleep. The "you're paranoid" line echoed. So, Monday morning, feeling like a character in a bad spy movie, I did something I never thought I'd do. I Googled private investigator. Found a local guy, decent reviews, looked discreet. His name was Mr. Andrew. Cost a pretty penny for a 3-day surveillance package, but my peace of mind, or lack thereof, was priceless at that point. I gave him Thomas's name. Lisa had let it slip once. The make of his car, saw him drop her off one evening, and the supposed work retreat details she'd vaguely mentioned, a conference center about 2 hours away. I told Mr. Andrew, I need to know if this work retreat is legit, and specifically what her interactions with this Thomas guy are like. I felt like such a cliche. Mr. Andrew was all business. Understood. We'll be discreet. You'll get a full report with photos and video. The weekend came. Lisa packed her bag, gave me a quick peck on the cheek. Don't miss me too much. It's all boring work stuff. I just smiled, said, have a good trip. Hope it's productive. Inside, I was a wreck. Monday afternoon, the email landed. Subject, case report. Lisa R. My heart hammered. Opened it. There were photos. Lots of them. Lisa and Thomas checking into a boutique hotel. Definitely not the conference center she mentioned. Holding hands. Lisa and Thomas having a very cozy dinner. Wine glasses clinking, his hand on her knee. Lisa and Thomas kissing passionately outside the hotel entrance late that night. And the kicker, a photo of them the next morning on the hotel balcony, Lisa in a robe, Thomas shirtless, coffee cups in hand, looking way too comfortable. Definitely not boring work stuff. The report was detailed, time-stamped. No ambiguity. He wasn't just a friend. I wasn't paranoid. I was a fool who had been lied to repeatedly. I printed everything. The photos, the report summaries. Stared at them for a good hour, a weird calm washing over me. The anger was there, bubbling under, but mostly it was just clarity. She made her choice. Now I had to make mine. She's due back tonight. I wonder if she'll faint. Update 1 to 48 hours later. Well, she didn't faint, but it was close. Showtime was last night. Lisa waltzed in around 7 p.m., all smiles, and OMG, I'm so exhausted. That retreat was brutal. She started rambling about PowerPoint presentations and team-building exercises that sounded completely fabricated now that I knew the truth. I let her talk. Let her dig the hole deeper. Me, sounds rough. Glad you're back. My voice was steady. Too steady, maybe. Lisa, so glad. I missed you. What did you get up to? Me? Oh, read a bit. Got some information. I picked up the folder from the coffee table. Her eyes followed it. Lisa, what information? A little tremor in her voice. I didn't say anything. Just opened the folder and laid out the first photo on the table. Her and Thomas checking into the hotel hand in hand. Silence. Her smile froze, then melted. Her face went white. Legit paper white. She stared at the photo, then at me, then back at the photo. Lisa, WH, what is this? Where did you get this? Me? Does it matter? Is it you? I added the dinner photo. His hand on her knee. Lisa, Richard, it's not what it looks like. Classic. Me? Really? Because it looks like you, with Thomas, at a hotel that isn't a conference center. On the weekend, you were at a mandatory work retreat. I laid out the kissing photo, then the balcony shot. With each one, she seemed to shrink. Her breathing got shallow. She sank onto the couch, hands covering her mouth. Lisa, oh God, Richard. Tears started welling up. I can explain. Me? Can you? Can you explain why you'd lie to me for months, call me paranoid, insecure, gaslight me, and then go sleep with another man while I'm at home trusting you? She started sobbing. Full-on meltdown. It just happened. I didn't mean for it to. Thomas, he just understand me right now. Things have been so stressful at work. Me? So stressful you needed a romantic getaway? Paid for with whose money, by the way? Did you use the account I transfer your allowance into? Context. I've always handled the main bills from my salary as I earn significantly more. She works part-time, and I give her a monthly sum for her personal expenses, hobbies, clothes, etc. No joint accounts, thankfully. Learned that from my parents' messy divorce. Lisa, don't be cruel. It wasn't about money. It was an escape. She stood up, wobbly. You drove me to this. Always questioning me, doubting me. Me, I doubted you because you were acting suspiciously and lying to my face. And it turns out I was right. So, the paranoia was justified, wasn't it? She didn't faint, but she did have to grip the back of the sofa. Looked like she might throw up. Me, Lisa, I want you out. Tonight. Lisa, tonight? Richard, you can't be serious. Where will I go? It's late. Me, I don't know. Thomas's place, maybe? Seems like you're pretty comfortable there. Or your sister, Margaret? I'm sure she'd love to hear all about this. Her sister, Margaret, has always been Lisa's biggest cheerleader, no matter how questionable Lisa's choices. I could already imagine the narrative Lisa would spin. Lisa, you're kicking me out? After everything? Because of a few pictures? Me, a few pictures that prove you're a liar and a cheat. Yes. Pack a bag. Your essential stuff. You can arrange to get the rest later. Supervised. She just stared. Then the tears redoubled, mixed with anger now. You can't just do this. This is my home too. Me. Actually, it's my apartment. The lease is in my name. You're not on it. You've been living here with me. And that privilege is now revoked. She started screaming then. Called me every name under the sun. Said I was heartless, that I'd regret this. I just stood there. Took it. Felt strangely nothing. Like I was watching a movie of someone else's life. Eventually, she ran to the bedroom, slammed the door. I heard drawers opening and closing, stuff being thrown around. About an hour later, she came out with a suitcase and a backpack. Eyes red, face puffy. Lisa, you'll be hearing from my lawyer. Me, I look forward to it. Make sure they know who paid for what in this relationship. Oh, and Lisa, the car you drive? The little red Mini? That's in my name too. Title, insurance, everything. We need to discuss its return ASAP, or I'll report it stolen. Her jaw dropped. She'd forgotten that, I guess. She made payments to me for it sometimes, but it was always my car. She just turned and stormed out, slamming the front door so hard a picture frame fell off the hall table. Slept on the couch. Didn't want to be in the bedroom. Changed the locks first thing this morning. Cost me a bit, but worth every cent for the peace of mind. Waiting for the next round. I have a feeling this is just the overture to a very loud, very entitled opera. Her phone has been blowing up mine. Texts, missed calls. Then texts from Margaret started. How dare you kick Lisa out? She's a mess. Yeah, a mess she made. Update 2, 1 week later. It's been a week since D-Day, Discovery Day, Demolition Day. Take your pick. And yes, the opera is in full swing, complete with screeching sopranos and a whole chorus of entitled enablers. Ms. Amanda, the lawyer my colleague recommended after his own messy split, is now on retainer. Sent her the PI report, my summary of assets, all mine. Thankfully, Lisa came into this with debt and a part-time job that barely covered her lattes and the initial barrage of texts. Her advice, document everything. Communicate only through me if they lawyer up. You're in a strong position regarding assets. The car, Lisa, through her sister Margaret, because Lisa herself apparently couldn't deign to text me directly after her initial outburst, demanded her car back. Margaret's text: Lisa needs her car for work, Richard. You can't just keep it. She pays for it. My reply: after checking with Ms. Amanda, Margaret, the car is legally mine. Lisa made some contributions towards its use, but the title and loan are solely in my name. She needs to return it within 48 hours, or I will report it as unauthorized use. Any further discussion regarding assets should go through my lawyer, Ms. Amanda. Here are her details. Cue radio silence on that front for a day, then. Dirty trick number 1, a call from my boss. An anonymous complaint had been filed with HR. Allegations of me creating a hostile environment for Lisa, who, by the way, doesn't work at my company, and that I was mentally unstable and prone to aggression. They even threw in something about me misusing company time to stalk her. Pure fiction. My boss knows me well, knows I'm the most unaggressive guy on the planet. He was more annoyed at the BS complaint than anything. HR had a quick chat. I calmly explained the situation. Ex-partner. Messy breakup. She's trying to cause trouble. They noted it, said without any actual evidence from within the company. It was basically a non-issue. But it was a clear attempt to mess with my job. Low. So low. Ms. Amanda said to document it meticulously. Dirty trick number 2, the Waterworks Brigade. Lisa's mom, Melissa, called me. Full tears. Richard, how could you be so cruel? Lisa is devastated. She made a mistake, yes, but she loves you. You're destroying her. She can't even get to her job interviews without her car. Me. Melissa, Lisa had an affair. She lied to me for months. The car is mine, and it's needed back. This is between Lisa and me. And if she wants to discuss it formally, she can do so via our lawyers. Melissa, lawyers? So cold. What about forgiveness? What about all the years she gave you? Me, what about the years I gave her, which she threw away? The car needs to be returned, Melissa, or I'll take steps to recover it. Hung up. The sheer entitlement is staggering. They genuinely believe I should just forgive, forget, and keep funding the lifestyle she had while betraying me. The car saga continued. After the 48-hour deadline passed with no car, Ms. Amanda sent a formal letter to Lisa at Margaret's address, as that's the only contact I have now, demanding return of the vehicle within 24 hours, or it would be reported stolen and recovered. Suddenly, a text from Lisa herself, breaking her own silent treatment. "Oh, you can't take my car. It's my car. I need it. How am I supposed to live? Stop being such an a-hole." Screenshotted. Sent to Ms. Amanda. My reply: Lisa, all communication through lawyers, as previously stated. You have Ms. Amanda's details. The next day, the car was parked outside my apartment building. Keys shoved through the mail slot with a note. Hope you're happy, you monster. You've ruined my life. No apology. No remorse. Just blame. Check the car. Filthy inside, new scratch on the bumper. Took photos. Sent to Ms. Amanda. Little acts of petty vandalism. The apartment stuff. Margaret texted again. They really do love tag teaming, demanding to come get all of Lisa's valuable possessions. My reply: Lisa can schedule a time with Ms. Amanda to retrieve her personal belongings. It will be supervised. She will be allowed in the entryway only to identify her boxes, which I will pack. She will not be entering the apartment further. The entitlement that they think they can just stroll in after trying to wreck my career is mind-boggling. A few mutual friends have reached out. Some awkwardly, some clearly having heard Lisa's sob story. I've been brief. She had an affair. I have proof. We're done. She's not the victim here. Some get it, some don't. People pick sides. I'm drained, but also weirdly resolved. Every dirty trick, every entitled demand just cements that I did the right thing. This isn't just about an affair anymore. It's about a fundamental lack of character from her and her enablers. Ms. Amanda is drafting a formal letter outlining that any further harassment, defamation, or attempts to interfere with my employment will result in legal action, including seeking a restraining order and damages. This is far from over, but I'm not backing down. She wanted to play games? Game on. But we're playing by my rules now, and the rules are called consequences. Final update, 3 months later. It's been about 3.5 months since I got that PI report. Feels like a lifetime ago. The dust has finally settled, and I figured I owed one last update to those who followed this mess. The retrieval of belongings was an event. Lisa showed up with Margaret and her mom, Melissa, in tow, the full entitlement trinity. As per Ms. Amanda's strict instructions, I had already packed all of Lisa's stuff into clearly labeled boxes, stacked in the entryway. I opened the door, stood there, and didn't let them step further than 2 feet inside. Melissa started immediately. "Richard, this is barbaric. Treating her like a criminal. She needs to check her things, make sure you haven't stolen her valuables." Me? "All her personal belongings are here, Melissa. I have no interest in her valuables. Take the boxes. That's the arrangement." Margaret chimed in. "What if you forgot something expensive? Like that necklace Grandma gave her?" Me? "If it was here, it's packed. I suggest you check the boxes once you leave." Lisa stood silently in the background, eyes glaring daggers, occasionally whispering to her mom. They made a big show of inspecting each box as they reluctantly moved them out, muttering about how I was petty and cruel. It took them 3 trips. The last thing Melissa said was, "Richard, you'll regret this. Lisa is a good girl. She just made a little mistake." A little mistake that involved a systematic campaign of lies and betrayal. "Okay, Melissa." Post-retrieval, the demands. A week later, a letter arrived. Not from a lawyer, but from Lisa herself. Handwritten, tear-stained, or maybe coffee-stained, hard to tell. Full of accusations. I owed her money for her share of the apartment. She never paid a dime towards the mortgage or bills, only sometimes for groceries. Demanded compensation for emotional distress and the trauma I caused her by checks notes, exposing her affair, and kicking her out of my apartment. She also wanted me to pay for her half of the car, which she claimed she'd invested in. The audacity was breathtaking. I just passed it to Ms. Amanda, who had a good laugh and filed it under delusional. The smear campaign fizzled. Lisa and her crew apparently tried to badmouth me to anyone who would listen. A few people I vaguely knew through her did give me the cold shoulder for a while. But my actual friends, the ones who know me, they saw through it, especially when I calmly explained the PI, the photos, the lies. Truth has a way of cutting through the noise. Most of the mutuals quietly faded away, probably realizing Lisa's narrative had more holes than Swiss cheese. Thomas, just a friend, heard through the grapevine, a former colleague of Lisa's who was actually a decent person, that Thomas vanished pretty quickly once the drama started. Apparently, he wasn't interested in a complicated relationship that involved an angry ex and no more secret hotel trysts. He got what he wanted and bailed. Shocker. Lisa was reportedly furious he didn't fight for her. The fallout for Lisa. The same grapevine source said Lisa had to move in with Margaret, which caused massive tension. Margaret's small apartment wasn't built for 2, especially when one of them, Lisa, apparently expected to be waited on and contributed nothing. Last I heard, Lisa was crashing on her parents' couch. She's apparently struggling to find a new job that supports her preferred lifestyle, complaining to anyone who'll listen that I ruined her life and how unfair it all is. No self-reflection, no apologies, just pure, unadulterated victimhood. The car I took back? She apparently told people I stole it and left her stranded, conveniently forgetting it was always mine and she had an alternative, Thomas, for a while. My revenge. My revenge wasn't loud or explosive. It was simply letting her actions have their full, natural consequences. Asterisk, she wanted secrecy. The PI brought truth. Asterisk, she valued her affair over our relationship. She got to see how flimsy that affair was. Asterisk, she took my financial support and home for granted. She lost both the moment she broke the trust they were built on. Asterisk, she tried to play the victim and manipulate. It backfired when faced with cold, hard facts. The satisfaction isn't in her misery, exactly. It's in the reestablishment of boundaries. It's knowing I wasn't paranoid, I wasn't crazy. I was right. and I acted to protect myself. Seeing her and her enablers try every trick in the book, only to hit a wall of documented truth and legal firmness, was validating. They expected me to roll over, beg her to come back, or at least keep funding her life. They misjudged badly. Me? I'm doing okay. Better, actually. The apartment feels like mine again. Repainted the bedroom, got some new furniture. It was tough and expensive with lawyer fees, but the peace I have now is worth it. Therapy helped too. NGL. Unpacking how easily I was manipulated and gaslit was a bitter pill, but a necessary one. She wanted to play, he's just a friend. She found out what happens when a game ends and reality hits. And reality, in this case, was her fainting almost at the sight of her own deceit and then having to deal with the life she chose, without me as her safety net. That's consequence enough. Time to close this chapter for good.